was inspired to join APIAVote because I've never gotten involved with nonprofit organizations before, and I wanted to join a group that uplifted the voices of marginalized communities.
I would say that the thing that drew me to APIAVote was its mission on empowering the AAPI community and also its focus on voting. I've done a lot of voting work in my own community in the past, and I wanted to pursue that work on a national stage.
What inspired me to join APIAVote is the impact and change that can be still made in our community, voting-wise.
One of the major reasons that I was drawn to apply to the internship position was to meet other people in the area that were also invested in voter advancement.
As an Asian American myself, I want to increase the representation of my community, and that's exactly what this organization strives to do.
Well, I've always been really interested in racial justice and advocacy work, so I've been doing it a lot throughout my time, even from like middle school, high school, college, and I really wanted to know what it would be like to get involved in this work full time.
And I knew I wanted to work in an Asian American centered focused area, and so then APIAVote, I was like, I need to work here. Like, I know who they are, and I want to try to make a difference through grassroots organizing.
I am very inspired by our mission, our core mission, which is empowering AAPI voices and empowering the vote.
I'd say that there's two really exciting parts of this internship so far. I'd say the first one is being part of a cohort where I get to meet other peers from different universities that are really passionate about the same thing that I am. So both uplifting the AAPI community and also about voting and civic engagement. I'd say the second most exciting thing would be planning the Unity March. The Unity March was the first Asian American led march on BC, and it was really incredible being such a big part of it.
My favorite part of the internship has been going to Washington, D.C. to participate in the Unity March, which APIA also helped to organize. It was a really inspiring weekend, and getting together with other Asian communities from all over the country to make a statement for what we believe in was really amazing.
It's just a really great experience to be able to work with people who are just as passionate as I am and who also come from similar backgrounds, and so they share my experiences, and it's easy to sort of bond and connect over that, and that's something that I typically don't get at my university, and so I really valued that, especially coming to an unfamiliar city like DC where it can be kind of intimidating. It was really good to have that connection and family here.
I personally think it's very important for young AAPI to vote because we have a lot at stake. We have a lot of future in front of us as young people, and we also have many issues facing us.
So voting is one really important way for AAPIs to show that we have power, that we have presence, and that we can actually make a difference in our communities and elect representatives who will actually fight for us or listen to our causes.
It is important to vote as a young AAPI, as the younger generations are relying on us to create change for a better future by voting and increasing our representation in politics.
And so young API voters, I feel, are going to be the ones who change the world because they have this level of compassion and just empathy and consideration for people around them. And so I think young API voters are just so important.
Others in my community don't vote, don't feel like voting, and some of them don't even know how to vote. And it's like we're seeing a bunch of potential go to waste. And I feel like we can still make change and impact in those areas.
Students have very strong organizing capabilities that they can definitely make use of. And so whether that is voting or helping out in grassroots movements, I just love to see that within the Asian community and mobilizing our voice to get out and vote and be politically active.
And so I really want to see sort of that sense of helplessness or despair turned into greater desire for change. And I feel like with the right sort of interaction and community engagement and outreach, we can really make that a reality.
It's challenging to be able to have open discourse based on trust and wanting to understand each other, and I think that's the biggest thing where I'd like to see change is communities being able to hold those conversations, even if there's not necessarily agreement, just coming together around a common desire to want to uplift and empower our communities.
A small fun fact about myself is that I am in the top 0.01% of Drake listeners on Spotify.
When I was in high school, I learned how to yodel from YouTube tutorials.
I really love flowers and taking a lot of pictures of them and drying them to use on cards or to frame them.
I never had Ethiopian food before coming to DC, and a lot of people told me to try it because it's a staple here. And I did recently, and it was really good.
Fun fact about myself is that I was born at the same exact time as my brother.
I've been getting into like film photography recently.
A fun fact about me is that I'm currently rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender for like the 5th time.
I love tonic water, so I've been slowly making my way through all of the leftover tonic water in the office.